Hello, it's Mike from FXPivotPoint.com. We're taking a look at the two long-term charts first, and then we'll move over to the day trading chart, the shorter-term 15-minute chart. We can see here that we've got a fib on a 30-minute. Let's go to the 1 hour, and this is our latest. So we've got our little line. Let's put a line here. And on this move, we have the 61.8, and you can see what it's doing. It's sitting right here, just like it did on the 38. Again, pivot points for long-term analysis and short-term analysis really work. Pivot points, yeah, and they do. But since we're not talking about pivot points, I meant to say fibs. And again, the three critical fibs are, and you can see here, it even worked here. It hit this 23 and bounced. Look how high it bounced, almost to the top. But more importantly, look what it did here in the 38. It rode that 38, and sure, you had this nice, you had two things going on. You had the 38, and you had this the support level here that was created. As you can see, you can draw it across. Here, let's draw it. Not too straight, but you get the idea, right? You've got one here, you've got one here, and you've got one here. Usually this is where the market will, on a longer term time frame and on short term time frames, where resistance will become support. This bounced, and actually should have had more of a support here, because this was a 50. This really must have been a strong move down. We should have had some more support right here in this level because of our confluence, but it didn't. Instead, it went down here and found support at the 61, because the 61, keep in mind, is in the mind of the professional trader, the 61 means a full retrace. So this move right here, most professional traders think that once this move happens and the 61.8 is broken, we are headed down to a full retrace of that move. Are we? Oh, no clue. No way to tell that. But there are a lot of people on this move picking bottoms. Don't pick bottoms, folks. Find a mechanical system, follow it, and trade that. It's just not something that it's easy to do. Because on long-term time frames, short-term time frames, just follow the trend, and the trend on this pair is clearly down. So that's a little look at the pound dollar. Let's move over here to its correlated pair. And then we talked it's pretty comical, huh? Look, we've been talking about our rounded bottom right here, right? Why is he not? Let me do that. Let's bring him back up. There we go. There's our little pencil. And we could talk about a rounded bottom, and you can see it right here. It's still, sort of round, but no, it's not. We're going down. This thing's going down to here. And I would beg to say we're going to get support here. No doubt in my mind. Watch it bounce off this. No matter what happens, it will bounce here. But my guess is we're headed down here. We'll see. You never know. That's why you don't pick bottoms. That's why you trade a system. But let's move this. You can see where, again, for us, the important levels are these. If you're looking at purely fib plays, these right here, the 38, the 50, and the 61. And you can see it made it to the 23, which doesn't bode too well for the strength of the euro. When that happens, it usually means that if that's all the further the bulls can muster, the down is coming faster than the up. But we'll see. This is also. Let's look at the long-term move. Let's see what this long-term move is and where we are in that. Let's send him to this. All right, let's kill him. Keep our trend line in play, and let's see where we are in this move. Where's our little fib tool? Let's see if I can. Oh, my mouse. Well, folks, I have the mouse that works, but it's the bad mouse, so it's not going to let me do that. Damn. Either way, if we look at this, if we did a fib on this and it worked, come on, you. I wonder if I can. All right, well, we're not gonna mess around with that. Either way, no, doesn't matter what the fib is. This is about to be violated, and once this becomes truly violated, we're headed down to around here to find some support. Again, if I did this fib on either here or to here, we're almost certainly, again, just like we are in the pound, at to 61, and then headed south. So I can stop talking about our rounded bottom because it's going away. All right, let's move to the, we talked enough about the long-term aspect. Oh, it's continuing to fall. Let's go see what we're doing. What's going on? There he goes. And we can see, that we talked about this a lot, the energy really likes to get back to, what does that? I'm sure there's a trick to this I don't know how to use, but that's okay. We'll just keep reopening it. And we can see here, well, we had this little bottom it found during the end of the excuse me, the U.S. session here, and then look what it did. It created this little trend line. This will happen a lot, and then it broke, and it tried. Look, here's our pivot, and it, it's trying, but it just doesn't have the energy. And it tried here, and it just doesn't have the energy, and then whoop, and right down. And look where, if you could see, it kind of got a little temporary bounce, and then we're headed lower. I won't take a trade unless we move up here today into this area, and then I would take this. If we get a little bullish activity, the market believes it's going to find a bottom, moves up or retrace, and then I'll take this. If not, I just won't trade today. But you can see what it does. It tries very, very hard to get back to this pivot point. And if we look at this, if we could do a fib with the tools I have, if we did this here, from here to here, whoop, there's no doubt that this right here is the 38 or the 50. Don't even have to do a fib to know that. Just look at it and just tell by looking at it that we hit up, it boom, 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 down, and it does a full retrace. You just have to wait a while. Alright, let's move away from that. And let's hide him, and let's go look at the pound. Now look, again, you can overlay these charts. Why? Because these are correlated pairs, and they do follow pretty much the same direction. Let's first look at yesterday, and look what, after we moved down into, we spent the day here. Look where we spent most of the day. Alright, look at this. Once we were down below the main pivot point, central pivot point, the pivot point, whatever you want to call it, it spent the entire day in this midsection between the pivot point and S1. And look where it found support. Right at S1. Yeah, I'm sure that was by accident. And my system generated some signals. I was already short to pound, so I didn't take any of these like an idiot. That I'll talk about later in my performance. I made a mistake. Either way, that's for another topic. So you can see it says short, and the whole day, look how many times